Namaskar. Remember what we spoke about how rumors spread in the first part of this series on Sati? The same tactic. A friend told a friend told a friend, and that person told me. That tactic was used to create atrocity literature about Sati. I tried to find out how Ram Mohan Roy collected his data on Sati instances. What I encountered was circular references. The British collected and published Sati incidents. Roy used some of them to generate his own data and then used them to propel the British to interfere. All the while, the missionary stayed in the background, waiting for the door to conversion to be pushed open by Ram Mohan Roy. The question is, why did he do it? I can't say for sure that I know the reason. I won't say what I am guessing, because I don't think I am ready to handle the implications of that yet. So here is what I'm trying to reconcile with. The only relevant piece of information about his personal experience was that Ram Mohan Roy had directly witnessed the practice of sati, the immolation of his sister-in-law after his brother's death. The first-hand experience is said to have been the catalyst for his reform efforts. What was the truth about this event he witnessed? We know Wikipedia is not the most reliable source of information, but it seems to be the one most people go to. So let us see what it says. A very emotional description. So here it is. During his childhood, Ram Mohan Roy witnessed the death of his sister-in-law through sati. The 17-year-old girl was dragged towards the pyre, where Ram Mohan Roy witnessed her terrified state. He tried to protest, but to no avail. She was burned alive. The people chanted Mahasati, Mahasati, Mahasati over her painful screams. Okay. One can understand that an experience like this in childhood can impact the developing mind immeasurably, and one has to sympathize with the child. But what gets left out of this narrative is that there couldn't have been other instances in his own family of sati. Had there been, they would have appeared in his writings somewhere, wouldn't they? They didn't. Also, the Wikipedia page says childhood, meaning the period of the life between infancy and adolescence. So, the Wikipedia page implies that the event happened before adulthood, or say 18 years of age. Can we confirm this with any other source? So here is one article from the Reader's Digest which says, Ram Mohan Roy vowed to oppose sati after his sister-in-law died by jumping into the pyre of his brother Jagmohan in 1811. A very different description from what is there in Wikipedia, don't you think? There is no mention of 17-year-old helpless girl being dragged and forced onto the pyre. What else? How old was Ram Mohan Roy in 1811? He would have been 39 years old. Jagmohan was his elder brother, so definitely more than 39 years of age. Was his wife really 17 years of age? Can't see. If the Reader's Digest version is correct, Ram Mohan Roy was not a child, he was 39. He could have easily stopped a forceful sati if indeed that was what was happening. Which version is likely to be true? You decide. My mind is completely scrambled with all this information. All I can say is something is fishy in the entire Ram Mohan Roy story. Now, some more information that I got was that his father died in, I think, 1804 or 1805, when Ram Mohan Roy was 32 years of age. His mother was alive when William Bentinck banned the practice of sati in 1829. 23 years after her husband died. Digest that. At that time, Ram Mohan Roy was 55, which means his mother did not commit suicide. The real meaning of the word sati is not fire and brimstone. It simply originates from the Sanskrit word sati, which means goodness, chaste, or virtuous. Pious and holy women in our Itihas have been accorded the designation of sati without them having immolated themselves. Ancient Indian texts are replete with such stories of Sati Savitri, Sati Sita, Sati Anusuya, describing them as devout, saintly women who were accorded the Sati status while they were still alive. If this is the true meaning of Sati, if Sati was not this inescapable, horrific practice where the rest of the community forcibly threw a widow onto her husband's pyre, why have we been beaten by the stick for centuries? Why have we been forced to extol a non-entity like Ram Mohan Roy as a reformer who cured us of the evils of our religion? When will we be free of this brainwash that puts us to shame, that silences us in every argument about the merits of our faith? In this Oh My Brainwash series, we will explore in how many ways we have become slaves to this brainwash, how we have gotten subverted into believing ourselves as not as good as the rest of the world, into feeling that we need validation from the developed world, into looking for from outsiders support and approval of our beliefs and practices, into looking at ourselves through the foreigner's lens, ridiculing everything that they cannot understand. Hopefully, by the time we finish, we will be free of these shackles and ready to accept and take pride in ourselves as we are. Namaskar.